So you want to get in shape and improve your life to become the best version of yourself. Well, that certainly requires a lot of work over a long period of time. So how do you do it? How do you wake up and stay motivated every single day when you know that the end goal is so far away? I'll tell you exactly how to do it. It's by shutting off your brain. Now you might be wondering, Dylan, what the hell are you even talking about? Let me explain. So when I say shut off your brain, I of course do not mean in a literal sense, because obviously we need our brains every day to survive, right? What I actually mean by this is that you should of course use your brain to think deeply and think hard about what it is you want to achieve, whether it's bulking up to 200 pounds or maybe losing 50 pounds of fat. Whatever it is, think deeply on it and come up with a good plan for exactly what you need to do each day. And don't just come up with some vague plan, right? You want to actually think about every single step, every single little detail on, what time it is you're going to wake up each day, when you're going to go to the gym, how often you're going to meal prep. Determine all of those things, maybe even write them out, and then that's it, you're done. Now that you've come up with your plan and your blueprint for success is right there at your disposal, you can stop constantly worrying about the long term and the future every day, because you already have come up with your plan and you know every single step you need to take each day. That's where a lot of the stress and anxiety comes from, because if you don't shut off that part of your brain, you're gonna constantly be worrying about, the future. What if it doesn't work? What am I gonna do if my plan fails? And just all of these worst case scenarios. But you're not there yet. The plan hasn't failed, so why would you stress constantly about it? You might as well try and give it your all, follow through on your plan and see if it actually works. This is exactly why Murphy's Law is such a real thing. If you're not familiar with this law, it basically says that the more that you stress and worry about something, the more that you think about something happening, the more likely it is then to actually occur. So essentially, if you think about failing all the time and you think about these worst case scenarios, then that's what's gonna end up happening. Now, why would you actively contribute to your own self-destruction when you could instead use Murphy's Law to your advantage? You could instead only think about the positives, the what if this works, the what if I'm actually able to pull this off. If you think positively about your journey like this, then positive actions will result. But again, you don't need to constantly think about the future during the actual day by day. All you need to do is think positively about taking it one step at a time, one day at a time, and just trusting in your plan. And just so you know, 95% of the time, if you do actually stick to the plan, it will work. So during your journey, just focus on the little steps you need to take every day or every week to stay on track with your goals. You do not need to overanalyze everything. Put one foot in front of the other and just focus on what you can actually control each day. Drink your 3 to 4 liters of water, get enough sleep, get your steps in, get your workout in, whatever those little things are, just focus on tackling those each day. And you'll achieve your goals in no time. If you're trapped in a tunnel and it's pitch black, how do you get out if you can't see a thing? You take one step at a time and just keep moving forwards. And eventually you'll reach the end of the tunnel and it'll be bright again. But now during those initial steps, just because you couldn't see the light at the end of the tunnel did not mean that you were moving in the wrong direction.